Hey Tuberooskies, welcome to episode 4. I gotta jump right into it. We're gamers and we love games, and damn it, there has been a lot of games made, and we want to play every one of them, but it's not always possible. To be honest, it's probably completely impossible to play every game ever created. So you dabble here, you take some time to one here, but there's always games that are gonna slip through the cracks. I decided to go through my personal collection and find out what games I haven't played that probably were pretty important to the history of video gaming. So, without further ado, let's check out my embarrassing backlog. Okay, so I got a stack of games here. 11, of course.
These go to 11.
I have some notable games that I personally think are quite embarrassing that I haven't gotten a chance to play these. And you call yourself a gamer? But I wanted to share with you guys the games that I haven't played yet and wanted to reach out to you and find out if these are games you've played and if it's worth my time. So my first game that's in my backlog that I have not played is Vectorman. And funny enough, within my collection I have Vectorman 1 and 2, and I have not gotten a chance to throw these in. I kind of wanted to figure out why I hadn't played these games. As you know, they've been on almost every single Sega Genesis compilation or Sega Genesis Classic collection that has came out. You can pretty much play Vectorman on everything. And I have those collections, and I still haven't selected this as a game to give a shot. I was a big PS1 guy, so playing games like Time Crisis or Twisted Metal, those games kind of took precedence over Vectorman, and it is one that I missed. So please let me know if Vectorman is worth my time. I definitely need to put it in this year. In fact, I'll probably play all of these after the video, but I would really like to know your guys' opinion about these games. On to the next. Bringing it back to the Nintendo Entertainment System. I've played a lot of games on that system, and unfortunately, going through my collection, I realized that within my backlog is Kid Icarus. Now, Kid Icarus came out in 1987, and it was competing with some heavy hitters. So there were games like Legend of Zelda and Mega Man was shortly after. It was competing against Castlevania and Metroid. So unfortunately, it got overshadowed by a lot of those cool games. I was only 4 years old when Kid Icarus came out. I wouldn't have even had the inclination to play this game as a kid. I wouldn't know what to look for. But once Kid Icarus Uprising came out, it did pique my interest on where this character originated from. I got the amiibo, so I picked me up a copy of Kid Icarus, and I expect to play it here shortly, but this is another one that I have not yet played. So I'm 27 years old, I'm walking around September 6th, and lo and behold, out comes a crazy zombie game called Dead Island. I bet what I was thinking was, let's just play another zombie game. There were so many zombie games. Let's list them. Dead Rising, Dead Space, Dead Island, Dead Silence, Walking Dead, and Dawn of the Dead. Probably not the same, but there's Deadwood, 2 and 3, Resident Evil. Unfortunately, Dead Island is one that I absolutely missed. So, backlog, there you go. It adds up. So unfortunately, this game kind of had a bad rap. When it came out, something really, really cool came out at the same time. And that game would be FZero. I've played the GameCube version, I've played the Nintendo 64 version, but I have never gotten to put in the Super Nintendo copy. I wanted to pick it up because it was part of my backlog and I needed it in the collection, so I would really want to take the time to get to know more about FZero. If you don't know about FZero, it's a futuristic racing game. Your objective, obviously, is to come in number 1. And notable character from this game is Captain Falcon, who made his way onto Smash Brothers. FZero Captain Falcon. And that's the only love he gets on any cover. And unfortunately, with FZero, it was competing at the exact same time with Super Mario World. In fact, there was 2 bundles that came out with the Super Nintendo. One was Super Mario World and one was F-Zero. And unfortunately, one's name was known and the other one not so much. So I probably missed it for the same reasons that other people did too. Being a retro gamer, this is one that I really wish I would have played back in the day. So F-Zero. So it's a really special day. September 9th, 1999. The Dreamcast came out. Unfortunately, I was not on the Dreamcast bandwagon. I loved Sega. I absolutely was a huge fan of the Genesis. I never got my hands on a Sega Saturn. Nobody I knew had this game at the time, which is kind of funny since it's a launch title. But Sonic Adventure. And to this day, this is really embarrassing that I have not gotten a chance to play Sonic. I was still a huge PS1 fan, and games like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater was coming out. I found myself getting distracted and playing those games instead of giving some attention to Sonic Adventure, which I know is a fantastic game. I've played a lot of the Sonics from then. I've played Sonic Adventure 2. Does this one count? But I have not gotten a chance to throw in Sonic Adventure. And unfortunately, the copy that I have here is really, really scratched up and damaged. And so I don't know if it'll play. Oh, yeah, unfortunately, my copy has disc rot. So I might have some issues playing it anyway. But Sonic Adventure on the Dreamcast is another game in my embarrassing backlog that I need to give a shot to. The next game on my no backlog list is Jak and Daxter. Now it's funny, I have played Daxter on the PSP, but I have not jumped into this series. There is no other reason for me not to play this game other than the exact same release date, December 3rd, 2001, Smash Brothers Melee came out. And when that came out, that took all of my time. Every single day after school at the girlfriend's house, we would play Smash Brothers with a big group of friends. Smash Brothers Melee was probably one of the only games I played on that system for ridiculous amounts of time. And I know Jak and Daxter, I screwed this game over by Smash coming out. It's got to be good if it's a PlayStation Greatest Hits. So the next one on my notables list would be Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Actually, I don't think I had a reason why I didn't play this game. I played number 1, 2, and 3. See? I do like them. I heard that there was kind of ship mechanics in this, and I didn't find that very interesting. To be fair, I probably didn't give it its due. But Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, I still have not put any time into, which is funny because I have played Odyssey and I have also played Origins after Black Flag. And I feel bad that I've skipped this one and kind of missed out on story connections. So if Assassin's Creed Black Flag is worth my time, let me know. I know that this also came out on multi-platform and generations, so I can get it on PS4, Xbox One, and maybe it's worth it to play that instead of the 360, but I would really love to hear your comments about Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Bethesda, my bad. You've got to play Fallout 3. I know, I'm sorry. I really want to play it, I just am not throwing it in for whatever reason. The post-apocalyptic gameplay setting is something that I find myself into sometimes, but sometimes I'm just not interested, and this was an example of probably when I just wasn't interested in about it. I didn't know much about the game because I didn't play 1 or 2 on PC, but I've heard nothing but amazing reviews about this game. I know my best friend, this is one of his top 5 games, if not his favorite game of all time. And I feel like I need to throw this in, take a weekend, and really dive into Fallout 3. A missed opportunity with Fallout 3. So, sorry. This game, they just came out with the third one. A lot of people are raving about it. But I am one of those players that never jumped on the Kingdom Hearts bandwagon. I do have it in my collection. This is Kingdom Hearts 1. I remember when Kingdom Hearts came out, I just graduated high school, and this had Mickey characters in it, and I think I just got lost in the fact that it could be a great game and too hung up on the kind of childish characters. Tekken 4 came out at the same time, as well as Super Mario Sunshine on the GameCube. And when you're a Mario fan, you just have to pay that attention, and I just didn't give this Disney licensed game a shot at the time, and I still haven't played Kingdom Hearts 1 or 2. And now that 3 is out, I think I owe it to myself to put some time into this game. In my embarrassing backlog, probably one of the worst backlog games that I haven't played, Super Mario Galaxy 2. Haha, Nintendo. You slapped Mario on it, but I never fell for the bait. I played almost entirely through Super Mario Galaxy, and I don't know what stopped me from playing this game. I can only think that God of War 3 was out at the time, and God of War is my favorite series of all time. Like, doesn't, like, chalked up to anything, God of War is where it's at for me. And when God of War 3 came out, it was that, and it was nothing else. And unfortunately, Super Mario Galaxy 2 came out during that same time, and I straight up skipped this bitch. I'm assuming it's pretty close to Mario Galaxy, probably with some additional elements in it, but I did not take a proper opportunity and play Super Mario Galaxy 2. So this backlog those are some rough ones in the backlog, and they're ones that I hope that I can get to eventually. I know all of these backlog games are ones that people probably praise and love. I don't know how I missed some of them. I can chalk it up to being a gamer of all sorts of genres, and other games just grab my attention. But Super Mario Galaxy 2, I am so sorry, Nintendo. You probably worked really hard on this, and I didn't do anything. I didn't even put it in. I didn't even load it. Crazy. So guys, I started this channel so that I could reach out and talk to community members and people that love games just as much as I do. Let me know out of this stack of games if there are ones that deserve better or ones that should stay in the backlog just a little longer. Again, thank you guys for watching my silly YouTube channel. Thank you guys very much for subscribing so far. And until my next episode, ciao.